Welcome back. As parents watching our children grow up and experience first relationships can be both exciting, but it can also be overwhelming.
Abbi Winslow is a life coach for teens and is here with tips to help your teen navigate dating relationships with ease. And I feel like this is more for Nisha of like, how do parents deal with this?
You'll get here, my
journey?
friend. You will get here, and it is all new territory.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes you're like charging through it, and sometimes you're tiptoeing.
It's scary, right? And that's why I thought, hey, Valentine's is around the corner. Let's talk about this, because parents can really freak out when their teen starts to go from just innocent schoolyard crushes to, oh, I could date this person and we could like establish some real feelings. So I wanted to offer 3 tips to parents to keep in mind as they navigate the dating world with their teenager.
I'm so glad you are here because I'm navigating. And I think you're right. There is dating, and then there's serious relationships. And the dating part, I had a good time with. I mean, you get asked to prom, you get asked to the dances, it's so fun to see the posters, but then we're exclusively dating that person and things shift.
And you can feel, right? That change of like, ooh, it's a little
There's
more
the panic
serious.
as a parent. You're like, oh man.
Well, I'm not your person anymore. Right? Like mom and dad, you are not the person. They have a person. All right, so your first tip is be positive.
Yes, because parents have a tendency to really panic and freak out and think, you're too young, I don't want you dating, I don't like this person. But how we respond to the information our teen tells us will determine how much information they share with us in the future. So we're not changing their mind or their opinion about dating or this person, we're just having them go, oh, I keep this secret from mom because mom flips out every time I tell her about this. So be positive, be enthusiastic, avoid teasing, and like, especially if you've got an older sibling, like don't tease them in front of their younger siblings. Just tread very lightly.
And truth be told, if you start to be negative, they tend to not listen and they go in the opposite direction.
I've developed something I call my game face or my poker face.
Yes.
And to the side, I'm like, oh. But my face does not, my face does not convey that, because if not, right, you're right. She's not going to tell me next time.
Okay, Abbi, your second advice, use the world to your advantage. What does that mean?
Oh, this is my favorite tool for parents because we live in a completely over-sexualized world. It doesn't matter what kind of media you're watching, listening to, there's always that scene, that lyric, right? But instead of just making this an awkward, we don't talk about it, use these as real and relevant teaching moments. So here's an example. Last weekend, my husband and I were watching a movie and there was a scene where this guy and a girl on a date, he leans over to kiss her and you could tell she kissed him back, but you could just tell she didn't like him, right? What a perfect moment, maybe after that movie, just to say to your kids, hey, did you guys see what happened there? Like, yes, there's consent, but that's such a low bar. I hope you're enthusiastic about the person you're dating. And if it's not a heck yes, you can hold my hand, or heck yes, I want to kiss you, then there's no obligation, right? So a 30-minute or second little spiel at the end that didn't have to feel heavy or big, but man, we hit some big topics with our teen, right? About consent and what I expect for them when it comes to a healthy relationship. So use these little moments that pop up to teach your teen when you kind of have a captive audience.
Can you give an example when it comes to music? Because sometimes it can be explicit. And I'm like, my kids are singing this song and they don't even know what those words are.
Yes, right?
How do you approach that?
So I am all about skipping that scene or that music that you're like, oh, no. But tell your kids why. So, song on the radio, some lyrics that you're like, oh, I don't think they know what this means. Pause it, and if age appropriate, maybe explain, like, hey, I don't love these lyrics because they're objectifying women. And if somebody ever called you that term, oh, not okay with me, right? And then we skip the song. So it doesn't have to be a huge, like, let me sit you down.
Because it's so easy to be like, oops, okay, let's change the channel and not talk about it.
Well, rather than don't listen, don't watch, don't do that.
And there's no why,
There's
right?
no why
it's just
behind
like,
it.
oh, don't.
And if you sit down, like, let's have a chat. It's
they're gonna run.
It's so much different than if you're in the car. The car's my favorite spot.
They're captive.
Because you're trapped.
It's the
Right,
best.
you have to listen to me. All right, validate feelings is your third tip.
Yes, because sometimes parents will come in with facts and figures and they're like, that's all they need to know is our family rules. But if we are missing the emotional side behind your teen and why they make the decisions that they do, we're missing half of the conversation. research shows again and again a teen doesn't engage in any sort of risky behavior because mom and dad hasn't told them how they feel. They know the facts and figures, but that emotional side is always going to outweigh their logical brain. So talk about it. Let them know that, hey, there's going to be some butterflies in your stomach, and it's going to make situations harder, that maybe all of a sudden family rules are a little bit up in the air. But we've talked about that, we've addressed that, so it's not going to surprise them.
Okay, Abbi, I like the advice.
It's the best
right?
question. How do you feel about that is the best question. Not here's how I feel about what
Absolutely.
you told me.
How do you feel? And they can
turn
tell
it
you a
around.
little bit of insight into how they're feeling. I love how you are giving a discount for Protecting Fragile Hearts booklet. Tell me about that.
Yes, so many years ago I wrote this booklet for parents navigating teen dating years with their teen because it's so scary. So go to my website, use the code GoodThingsUtah, all one word, and you can get it just for $1.
There, the information is right there on your screen, everybody. She's also on social media, and now a link on our site at abc4.com/GTU. Abbi, you're a teen whisperer.
I try to be.
Thank you for all the parents out there.